Hey, and welcome to Matt and Jess TV. I am Matt
And
Roast.
I'm Jessica Bun Bun.
Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 27 live feed spoilers. Are you guys ready for a party? Because we're ready for a party. It's a Rylie eviction party.
Bye-bye, Riley. Couldn't be happier. I'm done with that. I wanted him gone. He's gone. It's going to be a lot more fun now moving forward.
Yes, that's the thing. It's just like talking about Rylie and Katherine. It's uncomfortable.
It's such a black cloud over
Yes.
everything. Like it's raining every day. Nah, we're done with that. It's over.
Thank goodness. And now we don't have to sit on here and just constantly talk about how, the show edit is completely mishandling this and all of
As
this.
always.
Okay, listen, I am thrilled that Rylie is out of the game. Like, we'll talk you through everything on the live feeds, how we got to this point and so much more. But I mean, we also have to talk about the real highs and lows of watching all of this play out on TV, because like, as glorious as it was to see Rylie leave the Big Brother house, they did literally everything they could to temper my excitement over the final 20 minutes of this.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, they really let him hug it out with everybody. Him and Katherine, Ken, who's like hugging him like he's dying.
I
Like,
know.
they let that go on for way longer than I thought. It just was on and on. I was just like, get out of the house.
Yeah, there needs to be some sort of addendum. And like, listen, Derek was in the studio. This is someone who is very used to, your guy Derek is in the studio. He's used to escorting people out of places.
That's right.
Granted, he's usually arresting them. But in this case, could you not be like, okay, Derek, it's time to go in there and take this guy out?
I know. It was one of the longest goodbyes in my recent memory of Big Brother, where they were just, even Julie's like, we're waiting for you out here. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. All right. We have a lot to get into there from this episode, from everything beforehand, what this means for the game moving forward, which I think is really interesting when it comes to Vince in particular.
Yeah.
Before we go any further here, though, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we have so much more coming when it comes to Big Brother 27 live feed updates every single day. We get to chat about things that are not Rylie in the upcoming weeks, and we're very excited to be doing that with all of you.
Absolutely. We are also going to be covering Survivor coming up here pretty shortly. And we're going to be covering The Amazing Race, which has got Big Brother people on it as well. So hit that subscribe button. It really helps us here at the channel. We really appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Thank you so much. And if you do want more Big Brother coverage, you can head over to our Patreon. I'll leave that link for you below. We are having more Big Brother discussions over there as well. So thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, guys. We really, really appreciate that.
Bye, Rylie.
Goodbye. Hey, did you guys know I'm here to celebrate the Rylie eviction party?
Oh my God, Boston
Hey.
Rob. Julie, you are too thirsty for Boston Rob to be on this show, to be like, oh, do you think you could play? Do you want to play? I challenge you to play. I'm like, dial it back, man. We get the thirst.
I gotta be on every reality show known to mankind.
Yeah,
No, okay, all right. We don't even talk about Boston Rob, but that's okay. How we got here with Rylie is interesting, because I'll go ahead and admit I did a lot of mental doom scrolling in my mind heading into this. Because listen, this is Big Brother. We are used to having seasons where we have, I don't know, Jackson winning season 21. We're not used to having we don't have nice things all that often. So I was going into this and being like, okay, of course, Rylie's probably going to win the blockbuster, and then Mickey will probably be evicted. And it's like, I'm not sitting here championing Mickey as like my favorite person in the house or anything, but it's just like Rylie's the person so many of us wanted out.
Absolutely. I was surprised when it was like, oh, and Mickey, you won. I was like, oh, this is getting quite interesting now.
Yeah.
Because it really did feel like Ava was going to be the person. We had spoken about this in our last update, that she was really going to be one of the biggest votes for this.
Yeah, and this was the ultimate, like maybe the nightmare scenario for Ava and Vince, but also the most terrifying and complicated situation for all of us, where it was like, okay, maybe Rylie's gonna be evicted, but it was very much not guaranteed. Like, even in the hours leading up to this, it felt like, okay, Morgan's probably staying, but there were a lot of things that needed to go right for that to happen.
Absolutely.
Like, first and foremost, like, there were multiple days during this week when it felt like Mickey was actually going to keep Rylie over Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, we were at the edge of our seat here with this. I know that she had said that it was going to go the other way, but you never know until you're in there. We've even seen it this season where Ashley tried to go back and
I
change her
know.
vote.
I didn't know necessarily what she was gonna do, because even when she started to talk about, okay, maybe I'll keep Morgan, it's like,
Yeah.
you're talking to people, but do we believe that? Like, that was
Right.
the big challenge with your guy Vince the
I
past
know.
48 hours, is that he would go to the Rachel side of things and say one thing, go to the Rylie side of things and say the completely opposite thing, and he would say them both so convincingly that I was sitting back and was like, does Vince really think that he can just keep everybody on the block, or does he just think that Mickey's automatically going to go home and it's going to be Morgan and Mickey? Like, what is he doing?
I'm sure he was hoping that that would be the situation, because now he really is in it. Like,
Yeah.
Lauren ended up voting for Rylie. Of course, Catherine's over there as well. Like, it's a tough situation that he's in now, because he did kind of promise his votes to everybody.
Yeah, he did. And I know that, okay, so he had this week had conversations with Lauren where he sort of suggested the idea of getting rid of Rylie, but she wasn't really having any of it. And
No.
at the same time, she used the veto on Vince. So there's like a certain amount of assumed loyalty there where maybe Vince just feels like, okay, Lauren's not going to have that many other places to go, so maybe she will come back to me, but she might just go to Katherine now.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to work his way through it. He has been able to talk his way through a lot of things. We saw him try to squeeze out a tear tonight in that whole like voting scenario, which was really ridiculous. I like Vince. I know not everybody loves his gameplay, but it does work. I just think he's in an extremely sticky situation right now. If he doesn't win the HOH, he's really like drawn the line in the sand of where he is, because yeah, Lauren used this veto to help him, but while he had that conversation where he kind of floated it to be like, what would you think? Lauren was like, I don't think about it. I'm not okay
Yeah.
with it. And then he did it anyway. So unless he's able to convince her that he wasn't one of the votes, he's going to have to be like, this is why I did it. I'm still with you. Don't worry. We got this. And she has to buy it.
Yeah, like there is the hypothetical of, okay, can he try to pawn this off on Keanu? Like, what's going to happen there?
I
Like,
don't think so after that hug, man. He was
Yeah.
hugging Rylie like Rylie was dying.
Keanu, you lost the person in your mind who was like number one or
I
number two
know.
ally to you, and Rylie did not care about you whatsoever. But okay, I'm going to do my impression of Vince throughout the live feeds today. I still like Vince. I will say that leading into this. Oh no, I have to make a decision. Let me pull out the world's smallest violin. Like
Let's go, Vince.
Vince,
So ridiculous.
we're having the Rylie eviction party. Vince had the Vince pity party for at least 8 hours today, where he just wandered around, acting like he has been tasked with the worst burden to ever exist in reality television.
He is not the first person to play emotionally like this. It works. People do get to the end this way. People win this way.
That's the thing about it. And it's just like, okay, I will say this, and I mean, it's funny because it's like, I compare Vince a lot in my head to Nicole Franzel, and I actually like Vince a lot more than I do Franzel. I think some of it is just the way they talk and express themselves, but
She plays that way too.
yeah, she's very good at guilting people or
Yes.
making people feel bad or acting like she's scared. And those are all things that Vince has employed throughout today. And I think a lot of his thinking was, okay, I just make this look like I am in the midst of this horrible Herculean task. And then afterwards, everybody will be like, it's okay, Vince. We understand. Here's a pat on the shoulder. We know this was so hard for you.
And it has worked so many times. I mean, we've had him on the block and people like, oh, I'll just throw it to Vince. And they're also on the block. Like,
Yep.
it is so interesting the way that he's been able to sort of be this, we'll call it vulnerable, but
Yeah.
he's using his emotions to be able to guilt people, make people feel bad for him, where people want to help Vince. Poor Vince.
It's so fascinating to watch him play. And I understand his style is not everybody's cup of tea, but I do.
Yeah, it's not mine either, but he's playing a good game.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, sometimes my cup of tea is I do like watching people who seemingly know what they're doing, and Vince does know what he is doing. The risk of this, and this is why, okay, let's all just take our personal feelings for Rylie and just put them to the side for a moment. I know that's
No,
very
thank
hard.
you.
We're talking, okay, I'm going to try in this instance because, yeah, I'm thrilled Rylie goes, but it is the question of, okay, this is a big risk for Vince to take, basically being like, okay, this judges alliance, including Rachel, who has been going after me, and then Ashley, somebody who I put on the block at the start of the season. I'm going to decide to ride with them, and I'm going to ride with Morgan, and I'm going to do this while potentially hurting my relationship with a Lauren, with somebody like Keanu or, Kelly. Kelly's had some issues with him, but at the
Yes.
same time, like, they have been close. Like, he is potentially burning multiple people for an alliance that features people who did want him out.
Yeah, I mean, he's in an interesting spot now because obviously Rachel can't be HOH again, so she's not really a threat to put him up again at this point. So she's
Yeah.
kind of off the board for him. Morgan is riding for Vince no matter what. So I
Yeah.
mean, he's kept her safe. She's going to be happy with that. Lauren, I do feel he will be able to pull her back in. I mean, that is somebody that he's really been riding with, and I feel like she thinks that's her number one. I know Catherine's out here as well, obviously, but really Vince is the person that Lauren has felt the most honest with. And I think that if Vince convinces her that he's being very honest with her throughout this, that she will come back. I think she's winnable.
Okay, I'm gonna try to quantum leap into Vince's body here for a moment. So, okay,
Oh.
I'm Vince. I have on a hipster toque and a mustache. Okay, here we go.
Mustache.
Mustache, hello. Okay, Vince doesn't talk like that. But anyway, I'm gonna be like, all right, Lauren, Keanu, I'm sorry. I had to do this, but here's why I had to do this. And this is gonna sound so bizarre coming from the outside where we all have our opinions of Rylie, but inside the house, Vince, Rylie was going to win the game. He had a showmance. He had a lot of people who were really, really loyal to him. He was good in competitions. We had an opportunity where he lost the blockbuster. Is that opportunity going to come up again? This was not a move against you guys. We can still find a way to make it through this game. But if Rylie was still here, he was going to win and we would not have a chance.
That is the right way to explain it. I feel that Vince is going to go more of the emotional way to be like, I just didn't feel okay having him in the house. It felt weird, whatever type of emotional thing where he's like, he's just better than me. I don't feel that great. I was never going to beat him in that way because poor me. And I think he's going to go about it more that way.
Okay, that's actually probably more realistic.
But he should go about it that way, especially with Lauren, because I think Lauren would understand that as gameplay, but then of course, be upset to be like, well, then you should have clued me in. I've been riding with you since the beginning. You know what? I should have done that, but I'm just so insecure. I didn't know what to say or how to say it. Like, he'll figure his way through it.
I do think, if one of the other judges, I know Rachel can't play again, but if one of the other ones do end up winning the wall comp, like, I do think there's a chance he will at least be all right for now. Just because, like, let's say hypothetically, Ashley wins the wall comp, like, Ashley as HOH, number one, sign me up for that, please and thank you. But beyond that, I think it's going to be a situation where even if she does want to go after Vince at that point, she would have really made Morgan mad because it's like, Vince stuck his neck out for us. Like, do you really want to do that? I think Vince will be all right with that alliance for now. I question whether or not it's the right long-term move, but it is the move that I am the most happy about as someone who really likes the Judges Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really exciting move. And I'd be interested to see what he would do if he actually wins this wall comp, because he can.
Yeah, he can. He is perfect build for it. We know he has some athletic background. He's smaller, like people like Keanu. Keanu, if you win this wall comp, I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to have to sign up for your gym routine or something? Because it's just like, I have zero faith in gigantic buff men to do well in this.
This is the thing for Vince. Don't win this one. This is not the one. Not right after this vote. You need to not win this, because there's not really that many people left that Vince can put up, because he's, working over here with Lauren, who's attached to Katherine, but he's also working with the judges. There is not that many people left to put up. This is not the one for you.
Morgan, you have talked about this wall comp all season long to the point that we're all sick of it. This is your chance. if you go out early, I will laugh in the next update and I will not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk this through now, though, from the Ava point of view, because Ava has been, and I've liked Ava for a lot of this season, but I have found the last like couple of days with her to be kind of infuriating because I understood at least the idea of Vince waffling because he has established relationships with Rylie and Kelly and Kia. It's like,
Yeah.
Ava, you really haven't. And it just felt like a lot of her distrust was like, I don't know if I want to work with Vince. And then it's also, yeah, I've been with this side of the house all season, but this side of the house has been really messy and it's been like the island of misfit toys. Do I want to continue to work with these people? But it's also like, they do trust you, Ava. They do want to work with you.
Yeah, and now they have the numbers at this point. I mean, they've done a good job pulling apart people who have been working with Vince. Like, if he had lost Morgan or if he loses Rylie, he's losing another number. He is not as insulated as he once was.
No, and this is why I just think now for Ava, she's gonna be fine moving forward. Like, she obviously felt really, really bad about evicting Rylie. Like, we saw how emotional that she was after the fact there. But I just feel like now, okay, she's in a spot where she's going to have some numbers over there who will trust her. I mean, we'll see whether or not she gets looped into larger things, because that has kind of been the weird part of all this, is that she does have a little bit of a point of being wary about her own side because she was not in the judges in the first place.
Right.
Okay, now we have to go back to Rylie here for a moment because
Do we though?
the audience, okay.
Yeah, we do.
There was a small smattering of boos, like not a cavalcade. This was not like a waterfall like some people wanted.
Oh, well, it's kind of interesting because we've been at the finale a few times now, and there was a period of time that we were told very specifically, you cannot boo.
Yeah.
But that seems to be not the case as much anymore, that you can have, I guess, some boos, or maybe some people are just not listening anymore.
Yeah, I just feel like a situation like Rylie, which is one of the most bizarre situations I can think of, where we all have an opinion of him on the outside world, and for whatever reason, the show really handled this entire thing with kid gloves to the point where I did wonder, okay, are they going to address the reaction? Because yeah, I mean, it was a light booing, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot of cheering. It was really, really awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. I mean, his interview felt kind of awkward. There was a lot of softball questions, a lot of like romance questions. And we know that the show has been showing very different parts of this romance and has been cutting it together in a way that's making it seem like it's like the next Rachel and Brendan, where we had been watching it, of course, on the feeds, and we all have seen a lot of different things that have been happening there. And so for him, I don't know if he just, doesn't really know what's going on. I mean, even when Julie was like, oh, we saw that you said that you would want to marry, and it's like, you guys saw that? I'm like, what show do you think you're on?
This is the thing that I know recruits drive people crazy for this reason. And it's like, occasionally I like having a few recruits a season. This season, they probably went a little bit overboard with the recruits and or people who don't know what's happening. I think Rylie, week 3, still did not know exactly how the power of veto competition worked.
I know.
It's just like, all of that was really, really frustrating. The Julie interview was beyond frustrating for all of this very reason, because it just felt like there was this big elephant in the room that nobody wanted to talk about or address.
That's happened so many times. I mean, we can all go back to season 15, where the only person that got addressed for what was going on was Aaron. And there were lots of other people that were saying these exact same things in the house, and nothing ever was said to them about anything. So, I mean, this show is really notorious for not calling out bad behavior. I'm not saying that they don't ever. They've gotten a tiny bit better, but they did not get better with this.
No, they did not handle this situation well at all. Like, I will say, I'm very curious to watch Katherine over the course of the next couple of weeks, just to sort of see. She was in this situation that's really intense when you're in the game and you're with a bunch of people who all clearly loved her showman's partner and talked about it all the time. And now she has to kind of deal with the adjustment of being away from that, but also kind of figuring out, what does her game look like? Because a lot of her game, and we've talked about this, was stifled because of this relationship with Rylie.
Yeah, I mean, he was telling her who she could talk game with and not. She was forbidden from talking game with certain people.
Yeah.
Like, what does this look like now? And that's why, we've said, like, this is an exciting part of the game now because there is this almost like a brand new, fresh player that's coming to the house
I
now
know.
that can do whatever she wants. She can talk to anyone she wants and say anything and actually play the game. Is she going to do that? Or because she was so stifled, is she not going to do that?
Okay, yeah, the version that I want to see of Katherine moving forward is kind of sort of the person we saw at the start of the season, who was like willing to mix things up a little bit and, stir
Yeah.
the pot, cause a little bit of conflict. It's like, those are the things we really love about players on Big Brother. Like, I feel like, and it's hard to really know because, they cast archetypes, but I feel like that was part of the reason why Katherine was probably cast in the first place.
Absolutely. And this season did start out like that with Showergate and everything that was
Yes.
kind of like she was stirring the pot. She was really messy with that. I thought she was going to be like wildly entertaining to watch with
Yeah.
all of that going on. And then Rylie happened. So
Yeah.
will that come back out, or is she going to be kind of in a depression about Rylie going, not knowing where to go from here? Because so much of her game has been just through Rylie.
Well, no matter who wins the next HOH, to me, there's a few different narratives that I'm really interested to watch moving forward. Like, number one is, what does Katherine do moving forward? Is she on a revenge tour? Is she going to be somebody who kind of stirs the pot? Like, number two, we talked about, which is, how is Lauren going to handle all this from Vince? How's Vince going to deal with the aftermath of that?
Yep.
And then number three, Keanu, we have not talked about you enough, my guy, so far this season. Like, well, not this season, this video, you talk so much about wanting to protect Rylie all week. You and Rachel got into so many fights about it. Now that Rylie is gone, can you guys really unify again? Like, is there hope for, Rianu or whatever we're calling this, the Frenemies Alliance moving forward?
Yeah, no, there isn't. He's just going to latch onto Vince because it's been Vince and Rylie. Those have been his guys. He's just going to continue on with Vince. And that's just the way that it is. People make connections in this house early on, whether they're good, bad, or just delusional. And that's just where he is.
All right. So the last thing that we need to say in this particular video is just, Big Brother, I understand you want to promote Unlocked. Like, I get it. I get it.
Listen,
Like,
I love Derek and
And-
Taylor's great.
Yes.
But like, I am so not into after shows or side shows. We were talking a bit about this earlier this season about
Yeah.
like, I was watching Love Island, but like, I do not watch After Sun or all the reunions of Love is Blind or any of these things. If I want to know what's happened with these people, I will just
Yes.
go online and figure it out. I don't care what veteran you have, what legend you have coming on. There's only so many anyways. It's
I
like
know.
it's Will or it's Dan or it's Boston Rob or it's
Like-
whatever. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I like Derek. I love Taylor. It's a situation where I would very much like to watch them, but I would like to watch them playing a reality competition show. It's like, Taylor, I would love to see you on The Traitors. I really thought that there was a good chance she was going to be on this past season. So it's like, I would love to see her there. It's just this. We had this big plug, and then I came out, But then, like, all of that, we didn't get any goodbye messages, which,
No.
not that I really want to see a bunch of people
Curious,
gushing about
though.
Rylie, but it's just disrupting the format a little bit too much. And it's just like, okay, I'm fine if it exists, but I think we got to find a better way for it to exist where it doesn't feel like it's just like intruding on the Big Brother party. It's sort of like you have a big birthday party and you've specifically invited all these people, and then this other person walks in, and because they brought in like a nice bottle of champagne, you're just like, we can't tell them to get out. Like, they have the champagne here now.
Okay, for those of you out there, I'm very curious, who actually believes that if they get Boston Rob, that Derek will actually come and play again? It felt very much like, because I mean, Derek is out here doing the most right now. Not only is he doing Unlocked, he has 2 YouTube channels that are doing quite well right now. One that's his own and another that he's working with a partner with, and they do a ton of content. So like, I'm kind of like, it's almost like the Dan Giesling situation whenever it's like, oh, he's definitely going to be back. Well, yeah, I don't think so, because he has a Twitch channel that he streams on daily, and to lose that audience is quite a lot. It's hard to pick that back up again. So once Derek was like, oh, if you come come to Big Brother, I'll come back too. I'll only play if Boston Rob is on there. It makes me feel like Boston Rob has been like, I won't ever do that. My Boston, hey, I'll never do this in my lifetime. So, you can say whatever you want. Oh, wow. My Boston Rob is terrible. Let's just rewind that.
Listen.
I just think that Derek is saying that because he knows Boston Rob is not going to play Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly. This is basically like me saying, I will play Big Brother if you sprout a set of wings and start flying around this studio, which is just
Me
like...
too. I will never play Big Brother.
Exactly. It's just like, it's never, ever going to happen. That's fine. Like, I'm more than fine. Just keep the reality people on some of their own shows, except for the Amazing Race Big Brother edition that we're going to be covering.
Okay, so in the comments, who do you think has the best chance of winning this wall comp? Not who you want. Who do you think is actually going to win it, Matt?
Okay, I'm going to say Lauren, and I'm going to say Lauren because she's probably going to be either confused or upset coming out of all this. She has, I think, more of an athletic background than some of the people in the game are giving credit to. And also, I feel kind of bad for Morgan because I think that she has turned me around a little bit these past few days. But it's just also really funny if she loses and she's talked herself up so much. I know I'm evil. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't think Vince should win, but I think he's going to.
Oh, okay. First two-time HOH this season.
Yeah, I mean, we're deep enough in now that he might feel like it's okay to win another one sort of thing. And he might think that he's in danger because he did play too many sides. But really, he needs not to win. But I think he's actually going to win.
All right. Well, we will be back, of course, tomorrow with our next Big Brother update. And we'll talk about the wall comp so much more. But let us know how you guys feeling post Rylie eviction. Share in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and you can support us further by joining our Patreon. That link is in the description. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate that, and we'll see you here next time.